6 months after the devastating CZU Lightning Complex fires, Santa Cruz County continues to rebuild. Around 900 homes were lost during the fires, and nearly all of those residents are still displaced. The state is working to make it safer in the mountains to flee a fast-moving fire, but victims say right now they're still just trying to pick up the pieces. KION's Jocelyn Ortega reports tonight.
Back in August, dozens of residents were racing down to the shore in search of safety from the fires. Now, many of them are still living here, saying they are trying to piece together their future, but surviving out here has come with its own set of challenges for them. Tents, firewood, and this parking lot is just about all that remains for several Santa Cruz County residents who were displaced during the CZU Lightning Fires last August.
Most of them are Last Chance and the other is Bonnie Doon. There was probably 5 more people, but everybody doesn't have a area resource to go to, so the community all came together and they're all okay with it.
This displaced fire victim says her new home was destroyed in the fire before she was even able to move in. Now she is living in this lot by Ocean Street, which she says had to be roped off with signs, as she and others now face issues with transients and looters.
We've had people at 3:30 in the morning in between our areas, and there's no reason to be. We've had people with drones that are coming in so close, it's like ridiculous, and it's degrading and it's rude and it's uncomfortable.
Though nothing has been set in stone and construction efforts still continue in many Santa Cruz County areas, the county says the state is considering possible new safety regulations for any new properties, as well as properties damaged by the fires to be rebuilt. Santa Cruz County spokesperson Jason Hoppin says some of the amendments discussed by the state are widening the roads and establishing 100-foot defense barriers around properties for safety, not just to protect homes, but to save lives in the event of another massive fire.
They're really looking for a road that is at some point 14 feet wide. This is so cars can pass each other. Residents at risk, for example, they may live up a road that these roads can go on for a couple miles that has no outlet on the other side. So if that road were to get cut off, we'd have to look at some different ways to get people out of there.
Hoppin explains any new potential state regulations will impact much of the Santa Cruz County areas, particularly in the mountains. He adds there are other exemptions to be considered, including for those trying to rebuild properties destroyed during the fires.
If your property is going to look substantially different than it did before the fire, you may be looking at some added requirements. But if you are looking to rebuild your home, I think it's up to 20% increase in square footage. You're going to be fine.
In the meantime, displaced residents say they will just have to wait to see where they can go next.
One thing that we could really need are the cargo box trailers, the tow hitch ones, just to store everything in so it's locked and put away and no one sees what you have. It's not an advertisement for thieves.
There is still more to this story. Construction workers out here say they are still in full swing trying to restore things like power and water in some of the local homes, but say they are struggling to keep up with the high demand of residents who are still waiting for their homes to be rebuilt. We'll be following up as their efforts continue. In Davenport, Jocelyn Ortega, KION News Channel 546.